video is going to show you how to repair peeling leather.
Here's a quick little video on a peeled area. As you can see here, we've already put the dye. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit here for you. See how you can see right there? This color right here is called a Maroon Brown-B. Of course, you can't see that, and our dye isn't easy to come off, as you can see. But basically, if you build the dyes up in that area, you really don't have to apply a filler, because when you apply, like, you know, it's just so thin of a peel that all you need to do is to continuously build up the coats of dye in that area. Right there. Whoops. Just going to dab the dyes on just like that. See how we're doing that? And we're going to dry them up. And zoom back. Whoops. Zoom back out a little bit. Then we're going to dry that up. And we're going to dab them on. And we're going to dry it up. So you can sort of do it like this. Let's put a little bit more dye on a sponge. We just finished a video, but there was an area right here on the ottoman that's a very common problem. I'm just going to show you how you can sort of fix that up. And just dab it on and apply the heat. You know, we're using a heat gun. We always recommend you use a hair dryer. So if you use a hair dryer, it's going to you know, take a little bit longer for you to do that. Okay. Now the thing is once you apply a coat of dye on this area and you let it dry and you let it cure properly, it's not going to migrate deeper into the material. It's going to create a protective membrane where you can build the dyes on top. But we'll be back in a minute, okay? Okay, so we're back. We've laid a few different coats on here, and as you can see, I mean, if you were to see it from the side or something like that, I mean, we're trying to create a glare here so you can see everything on the camera. But I mean, that's not too bad. Of course, you know, you can always do a better job, and the way you would fill that peel in is, of course, by applying multiple coats of dye in this area. Or what you can do is to order our leather repair filler kit, which is right here. This is the small 1-ounce kit. You can find this on our website. We're just going to open it up. Here's our filler right there. We're going to open it up. And it's very easy to work with. You're going to take your palette knife that comes in the kit and just grab a little bit of filler and just spread it right into there. So now what we're going to do is we're just basically going to wipe it right into that area. Okay. And the other thing too is you don't want to put the filler in like that, messy or anything like that. That will create texture, and now you're gonna run into the problem of trying to remove that filler. You're gonna have this big knob hanging there. So what you want to do is you just basically want to apply the filler to that area and basically wipe it off. Okay? Try to hold the area kind of flat and wipe it off. Like this. So basically what you're doing is you're just putting filler into the areas needed, into the low areas. So we're going to dry this up and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we're back. As you can see here, just going to zoom in a little bit. We're going to show you here. This is a flat palette knife. So this right here is actually on a bit. Let me see if I can show you. Can you see it's sort of on a curved surface. So when we apply the filler here, you can see that the filler is being applied here and here, but not in the middle, because this is actually curved. This area is curved. Okay, so we're going to do the old piece of paper trick. And the way we do that is, of course, get yourself some filler, put it into this area just like that, and then you're going to get yourself a piece of paper here. And see these straight edges here? You're going to use that. So we're just going to rip off a piece like this, and there is the straight edge. And you're just going to hold it like this, basically to the curve, and you're going to pull it. Just like that. See? And if you want to put more filler on there, sort of push down like this. See how we're applying the filler onto that area? And then what you want to do is you just sort of want to wipe it off. Just like that. See how we're doing that? If there's any areas here you want to get rid of, just sort of wipe that away. Now we'll get another piece of paper and just clean it up a little bit. See, that's pretty good. Sometimes it takes a little while to get the hang of it, but as you can see, all you just have to do is just lay that in there and basically get yourself a piece of paper and just sort of wipe it in there like that. Okay. So, we're going to let this dry, and we'll be back again. Now, the other thing is, too, is, I mean, you know, we're professionals here. What we do is we not only sell, you know, these leather dye repair kits and leather repair filler kits, we also refinish things here in the shop for customers, and we make them look like new again. Now, I could have done a nicer job in this area, but what I'm trying to do is basically mimic someone who's never used any of these products before. So sometimes I put it in a little bit more sloppy, because this way I can show you how to fix it if this is something you've done in your home. So what we try to do is we don't want to make it look magical. We don't want to make it look too difficult than what it is. So we basically want to do it the way you would do it at home. So if there are any problems arising from anything that I've done here, I'll show you that on the next shot. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we're back. So let's say you apply a little bit of filler here and it's a little bit sloppy or what have you. You would take your sandpaper that comes in the kit, and then you would just basically lightly sand it down. What you're doing here is you just want to make it smooth. That's all you're looking to do. So it's not about aggressive pressure and rubbing, it's about repetitiveness. It's about quick, small, little strokes here with the sandpaper. Okay, so let's see, let's feel that. Well, that feels pretty nice to me. So, and you can feel here too that we've sort of filled in a lot of that texture. I'll zoom in here a little bit. As you can see, we filled in a lot of that texture, and what I'm doing is I'm not even really looking at the repair. I'm closing my eyes and I'm feeling the repair, and I'm feeling that feels great. So what we need to do is just put some dye over top of it. Whoop, let's zoom back out again. And we're gonna put some dye, of course, onto our sponge. We know the drill. And just dab the dyes onto that area. Like that. We're going to dry this area up. And the reason why we put our hands here is because we're using a heat gun, and if we can burn our hand, that means we can burn the material. So that's why we put our hand here. Some people ask, well, what the heck are you doing putting your hand? Well, we're just gauging to make sure that we're not going to burn the area. Okay, as you can see, that's already starting to look really nice. I'm going to put my gloves on so I don't get dye all over my hands. And if you do get dye on your hands, you can just sort of scrub them off with some warm soapy water. Okay. So we're going to apply a little bit more dye to the sponge, just like that. And now we're just going to wipe it in. And again, we're going to let that dry. We'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we're back. We put that coat of dye on there. It's dried. Now we're going to put another coat on and just blend it in. So we're going to blend it in with the rest of the ottoman, just like that. and dry it up. See how it looks. Can you see it? It looks pretty nice. So now if you want to get that shine back, what you would do is take a fresh sponge and apply our sealer evenly onto the sponge and basically just wipe it in. Just like that. And dry that up. And there you are. As you can see, that looks really nice. That peeled area has been fixed up. Okay, so we're back. The repair was right here, the peeled area. Of course, the filler did a really nice job fixing that area up. And we've refinished it with our medium-size leather dye repair kit, and this is a Maroon Brown-B color. And of course, this is our leather sealer. If you were just to do a small repair like this, we would probably recommend the small kit. But with the medium-sized kit, you can do repairs on the ottoman, you can do some repairs on the couch, you can do a whole bunch of repairs. And of course, this stores well. All you have to do is make sure the lid's on tight, and you can store it in a closet, shake it up, and away you go. You can use it over and over again. So this was a small little video just on a peeled area. Did a really nice job, as you can see. You can find this and many more products at leathertouchupdye.com.
To order this and many other fine leather products, go to leathertouchupdye.com.